Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!
Welcome to Flat Earth Debate. I'm your host, Nathan Oakley, and if you're new to this channel, or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. If you would like to support this channel, there is a super chat that runs alongside each of these shows while they premiere, not while they're live, but there is a PayPal and crypto link in the info box below the video. Most importantly though, if you would like to join the discussion, simply mute the page you are currently watching, then click the link in the info box below this video to join the panel and express your views on the shape of the Earth. If you do join, please don't swear. If you do, you'll be ejected, and if you are, please don't try to rejoin the stream using sock accounts. You'll be warmly welcomed back on the next stream. Please also share the show. Sharing the show obviously increases the live audience, but this in turn increases the chances of a more diverse panel. So please share the show on social media. And one last time, if you're new to the channel or you've not done so already, be sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification icon to keep up to date with the Flat Earth Debate. Now, we are joined by Flatten Earth and is it Spurs Chemo? How are you both doing?
Great, thank you.
Are you Spurs?
No, I'm not.
It is Spurs, but he's just not replying. I had a brief internet connection problem, which is why this show's now gone out gone out late, on account of the fact that I'd started recording and then all the internet died, so I had no one to talk to other than myself. So thank you for sticking by us if you're in the premiering audience on Nathan Oakley 1980. But a very warm hello and welcome back to all the people who are watching us live. So it's just you and me, Flatten Earth.
Just us.
So the last time we were discussing a subject of merit, we had started off...
Jose being a troll. That's what we were talking about.
Who being a troll?
Jose.
Oh, yes. That's what we ended the last show on. I was actually going to talk about comparing Aristophanes to Jesus in terms of the evidence, because that was the last conversation that you had a big hand in.
Oh, man.
That's the reaction I was expecting.
Yeah. As far as that, there may be more evidence to Jesus, but then that's just the first step of it, right? Because then you have to get to the point where he died and then he came back to life and walked around for 40 days and said goodbye to everyone and then floated up into heaven, you know? And that to me is the part where the zealotry comes in, where it's absolutely crazy that anybody would believe this, you know? And it may be true. I'm not saying I'm not full atheist. It's possible. Anything is possible. But in my reality, a globe is more likely than any of the things I just said. But maybe that's just me.
No, I think that's perfectly reasonable. I mean, the point that we're trying to make is that there's more evidence for something that you don't accept, obviously, as just disclosed, than for Aristophanes. So, you know, obviously the globehead narrative is just accept Aristophanes regardless, right? Even though there's more proof of Jesus.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have no problem believing that Jesus exists. I used to be religious, you know, I used to be just like everybody else. You know, I just didn't want to go to hell and, you know, that kind of thing. But I've let go of that, mostly because my mom, she's a religious schizophrenic, as I told you yesterday. Or I just said schizophrenic, but she's been diagnosed as religious schizophrenic, and she was in a crazy house and all this kind of stuff. She thinks she talks to God, and that's the hard part, because that's what everybody wants. That's what everybody thinks they do. The only difference with her is that she thinks God replies to her and tells her to tell people to do things, you know? Like one time, one of my sisters, she told my sister to go to a tree to receive Immaculate Conception. You know, so just to give you an idea of the type of things she says. And so it's complicated, because I've had a life of this, you know, a life of my mom telling me these religious kind of things, which I understand now are not comparable to the consensus belief of the Bible, and what my mom was saying wasn't biblical at all. It was just her madness. But to me, there's no difference to her telling my sister to go to a tree versus what the Bible says Jesus did or went through, or what he expects of us, or what he expects will happen to us if we're not good or if we're bad, you know?
Yeah, I get it. I think Anthony said something similar to you. With, by the sounds of things, had fairly similar religious upbringings, but obviously I didn't have any schizophrenia as part of it, so that's a lot more stressful by the sounds.
Yeah.
Yo, yo.
Hey, Anthony.
So, I mean, that's specifically why it triggers me, you know, and so I do know it triggers me, and it's you know, that's just my thing. But I still think what I'm saying, it does make sense. I'm not speaking from a place of irrationality, you know. I still think what I say stands.
Fair enough. Where did everyone go, Anthony? I came back after the internet kicked me out. Hello. And everyone had gone.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure what had happened. I just realised that things had stopped. But I don't know. Is the answer?
Fair enough. I was like panicking because the internet died. When I finally got it back and got in the hangout, I was like, oh no, everyone's gone. The day I need them the most.
So we're still live?
This is now live, yes.
Yeah.
Or at least I hope it is. I haven't actually brought the live
feed
up.
Going back to religion, which is what triggers me. Everybody seems to think that when I say I don't believe in creation, everybody goes automatically to the Big Bang, you know, and ultimately what I'm saying is that I don't know, you know, or when I say I don't believe in a creator, people call me an atheist. And I'm not saying there's no creator. It's very possible that all that is true, but I just don't think we have the capacity to know this. Do you guys get that? Is that irrational of me?
No, not at all.
Well, it seems like people don't hear that. They don't hear when I say things, they automatically go to, I believe in the mainstream, but I don't.
Generally speaking, we've never seen you triggered. And hey, Jose, that's the only scenario that we have seen it. So
reporting for duty.
It's nice to get an explanation as to why.
Yeah. Yeah, you're definitely reporting for duty, Jose.
What do you think you're reporting for, though, eh?
Welcome back, Nathan. I missed you. I cried a lot. I was with Riley banging my head in the walls also. So welcome back. We missed you. All the ballers, myself, all the flat earthers, nobody knew what to do. My wife missed you, and she's not even a flat earther. Boom.
Well, that's nice to hear. Well buttered up. So
yeah. Have they rejected your initiation, Jose? Have they said you can't join their club?
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Have they rejected your initiation? Have they said that you can't join their club?
I'm presenting myself. I came in voluntarily for an intervention. Thank you. Go ahead.
Oh, right. I think that might have been a language thing then. I was joking saying that they wouldn't let you in their group.
Oh, no. I have for months and months, for at least a year, I've been joining many different Discord servers and hangouts and shit. I always listen to the opposition, you know?
Yeah, me too. Me too. I mean, I don't know if you know what my position is. My position is that I want to see them prove that it's a ball. Nathan's view is it's obviously and observably flat, but I'm more neutral in that I say, well, I've got to then try and prove it. And I realize I can't prove it. I've got a P900 and a compass. That's about as far as I've got. But
I understand your position, and it's good, yeah. You usually say it might be a ball, but it might be a lot bigger than we thought, and I appreciate that, yeah.
Hey,
yeah, but the point is...
Anthony. Sorry to interrupt. Hey, Vegan.
Hey there, it's me.
Good to have you.
The point is, I realised that even if I believe that we live on a flying what's-it, right? It still requires the ball earthers to prove that there's a ball, that it's spinning, that it's orbiting the sun, that it's on an axial tilt, and it's got a gas pressure that exists in a vacuum. If any of them points they can't prove, then the rest of it collapses. But what you've done is you've took one part of that and said that's enough for me. And I'm like, really? That's crazy. You got to show at least something to support the other ones, and there is nothing. So that's why my view is, well, I'll give you the curve that you think you're seeing over where you are, but you have to come back with us with something for the rest of it, because you can't just say, well, I'll have one of the 6 and then that's enough for me, because that's not an intellectually honest position.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Sorry, Jose. Hey, Arwin.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Where have you been, Arwin?
I understand your position, Riley, and I appreciate it. Go ahead.
Oh, that's a polite way of saying cough.
No. Yeah, I have always been a horrible debater. I like, having a discussion and talks and whatever. But as for being prepared to present you scientific proof or any answer accepted with the housekeeping questions, I got nothing. No, I just chose to go back to I was born and believe in the globe for 40 years, and then I've been in this flat earth for about 2.5 years. So I chose to believe in flat earth a little bit. I just decided to go back and believe in the globe because why not? I couldn't find in flat earth all the answers that I wanted. There are optical phenomena, there's the philosophy, there's the synthetic approach, and I just chose to go back to same approach you take, synthetic approach, that if you cannot feel it, objects in the sky are intangibles, nothing can be scientifically proved. So I say, if the same thing the globe has to offer, I'm going to tackle this subject from a global point of view. So I decide to believe in the ball and try to find all this evidence now from a baller point of view, knowing the arguments for flat earth, understanding them. And I mean, I'm really deep into this, so I'm not ready to go away. I want to get to the bottom of this shit.
40 years?
But I will research and I will find the answer for the housekeeping questions, and I'm going to be good. It might take me a week, it might take me a month, but I will come back with answers and good footage to present.
How's it going so far then, Jose?
You're going to return the camera, right?
But you've already turned the corner and moved on to the ball, so you must have something so far, right?
Well, I was holding back a little bit of footage, not because I was going to be yelled at, not because I was going to be ridiculed, because I chose to, because I just wanted to present only 2 things: optical phenomena that could have been hijacked a long time. They could have been hijacked as curvature, and it's true. Not all obstruction is curvature. So most of those can be explained with the optical phenomena. Now, the other ones that I held back, I said, holy shit, this is a really clear day, and I see no optical phenomena. There's a lot of obstruction. I'm just going to hold this back. I'm not even going to present it because I don't want to struggle on finding an explanation and you guys struggle. Not have you guys struggle because you're going to nail it down, but I just decided, I chose not to present it. Now, then when I review myself inside, I say, why am I holding this back? I mean, to me, the easiest explanation is curvature. I just accepted it. I got rid of a lot of that footage. I'm taking new footage. I'm going to review a lot of footage, and I'm going to start uploading little by little what I think is easy explained with curvature.
Sorry, I didn't catch that last bit. You said, I think it can be explained as curvature.
What I believe the easier explanation is curvature. It's too hard to be explained in the flatter explanation with the optical phenomena than the angle of view and all of that. I don't see it working.
Can a pressurized system exist within a vacuum without a container?
Hold on. Let's just stick with curvature for now, guys. I'm really sorry. We'll come to that. But so I still haven't seen the connection though. So you said you've got some optical phenomena that you want to explain as curvature. Now I get that you want to explain it as curvature, but you haven't actually explained it as curvature. So how do we get from obstruction from the bottom up to Earth curve? What's the bit in between?
I presuppose that is the ball Earth spinning ball model that I was born and raised with implanted in my brain, and I just choose to see that image in my brain, and I say this is gonna be the only explanation.
Creepy troll.
So literally, your answer is our argument, which is to say that you presuppose as opposed to prove you're on a ball with any of these images.
Yeah, all I have is observations and a P900. That's all I got. I cannot scientifically explain it, and I don't got the answers yet.
Well, no, that's not true, Jose. You haven't. You've added. Hey, Travis. You've added a presupposition in there. So you had observations from a P900. Now you have observations from a P900 and a presuppositional R value, or a religious belief.
Yes, you're right.
Okie dokie. Radius Dominus, Gravitas Spiritus Sanctus, Arwin. Go in peace, Jose. In R you trust.
Thank you.
Jose, let me ask. You know, my position is that I don't actually enjoy being a flat earther. I don't enjoy the negative attention that I get all the time. I know some people think and believe that I do it only for the fight. I enjoy the fight, but I don't enjoy being a flat earther. I just want to know what the proof is. If I'm asking for the proof and I'm not getting the proof, it doesn't make me instantly a flat earther in the same way that getting one piece of the 6-piece jigsaw puzzle should instantly make you a ball earther. Do you not think you might be jumping the gun that it's a ball just because you've accepted curvature?
Maybe yes. And the other take I take on this is just thinking about flat Earth. It made me react a very specific way on trying to talk about it to everybody, try to tell everybody. I got so deep down that I had to tell everybody. Now I say, let me try to just be quiet the last month or whatever, and I couldn't take it. And then I review everything that came down with the little bit of obstruction and thinking about, I'm going to take the bold route and try to find out the scientific evidence. And it has been so easy for me because I just wiped my brain of flat Earth and I'm able to talk about other things. I'm able to interact better with the world without flat Earth in my thoughts.
Yeah, you're lowering yourself to their level. That's blatantly obvious.
Yeah, now you don't have to be an evangelist anymore. You can accept what everybody else does. You take the wide road. Congratulations.
In other news, I just got some amazing footage on Channel Islands.
How far?
I can't figure it out, man. There's a ship that just passed behind the oil rig, so I'm going to try to find out if there's a shipping lane. But I have searched as high and as far as I can. The Coast Guard can't tell me where the oil rigs are located. Scuba companies can't tell me where the oil rigs are located. So I don't know the distance. I know the distance to the islands. Remember, Anthony, you and I were looking at them. 20 miles.
There's definitely something weird going on with those oil platforms because unless they're temporary structures and they move, I can't find out any information about them.
They don't move.
Sorry to interrupt you, Travis. Any chance one of you, I know you're on a mobile probably, Travis, any chance Anthony maybe, or someone can bring up this observation on Travis's channel?
I can do that.
Well,
thank you very much.
The old ones are up. The new one I'm shooting right now, so it's not up yet.
Well, I got a really good observations that I wanted to share. And it's
let's see it, Jose.
No. There's no curve, bro. I can see really, really far away, really clear. I think this is a really good flatter proof if you want to take it that way. I'm looking at a bridge 27 miles away from a 20 foot high observation, and I can see under the bridge where the clearance is about 150
Fantastic,
foot.
and you believe in a globe.
Yeah, really good.
Fantastic.
This is what I want to do. I want to take a footage and I want to critically present it without a bias. So I took this footage and I analyzed it a little bit. I said, let me upload it because it's really good, really interesting. If you want to present it, I'll appreciate that.
Yes, please.
Yeah. I'm in my mobile. Yeah. I'm in my mobile. I really can't.
Is it on your channel already, Jose?
Yes, it's the first video up in my channel that I uploaded a few hours ago.
Arwin, you there?
What?
Any chance you can go to Jose's channel and bring up the most recent video?
I can do that if you want.
It's about a 6-minute video.
Got plenty of time. We've only been on live for 20 minutes, so we've got 40 minutes. I'm sure we can play through a couple of videos. Travis is first, if you don't mind.
And this is the same bridge I caught in the observation. I did a stack image where I was really low, 2 foot, and then I stood up 6 foot, 10 foot, 12 foot, and 20 foot, which I could see more the higher I went up. But this time, I didn't, I was at 20 foot, the higher position, and I could see a lot more, a lot clearer than I have ever seen in my previous observations. It was really good day to shoot.
Jose, did you say it was your most recent video?
Yes, it's a second part of observations, I think. It starts with the second part.
And the bridge is 27 miles away?
Hold on.
Yes.
While you do, any chance you can get Travis's up just while you're looking for Jose's?
Who?
You don't want to move past Travis's.
Travis is live here.
Yeah, but the thing is that I don't have anything new. It's all old stuff. So, I mean, you can just go to Jose. It won't bother me.
Okie dokie.
Oh, because you're shooting right now, Travis. Live stream
Right.
for a minute.
Nah, I can't figure that shit out, man.
Okay, right, you're up.
Who?
So,
Me?
Can you see Anthony's page, Jose? Get there in the end.
Yes, yes.
Excellent. Talk us through what we're looking at.
Let me get out of the sun. Hold on, it's right out here having a smoke. Okay, so I did a 360 view first so I can show where I was standing, checking on the tripod, and I turn on my dioptra app in the phone so I can show the coordinates, the time and date that I took the observations. So it's going to be in the top left.
That's a very manly car, that, Jose.
That can be keyed in on the Google Maps, and you can get to that. So it says it's 16 foot high above the water, plus a 6 foot high tripod. I say 2021 observer high, and this will be the footage. It was a really windy day, and the tripod is not the best. So behind this boat is interesting because you can see in the boat there's not a lot of these optical effects going on. Now, there's some structures in the back, but I can see in the right, in the left a little bit, you can see that tall. Oh, let me try to stop shaking the camera. To the left right there, you can see the darker spot where I'm gonna zoom in, and that's the bridge in question. And it's that triangle shape. So those are the biggest islands. And not that one in the middle of the screen right now. It's a little more to the left where I'm going to pan out. But you can see the street. You can see the line across.
You can actually see the cars driving on the bridge.
You can see the bridge, the street, and then a little more to the left. When I turn to the left a little bit, you can see the whole bridge, plus the street, with a little bit of clearance underneath. That bridge is, I'm going to put it at the end of the video. There are the details, but I think it's 100 and some foot clearance underneath. And the whole bridge is about 400 foot. You can see the blinking light in top of the bridge. I
can see why you're a baller then. Makes sense.
The camera is gonna get steady in a second.
Jose,
no, this is good footage. I wanna present this, because it's cool. I mean, it's actually I can see a lot more if in a globe. I mean, I have to hear the glober's perspective because I didn't do any math, but just with my raw knowledge, I think I can see more that I'm supposed to be seeing, and I can even see the horizon a little above the boat. So the boat is not even in the apparent horizon line; it's higher than that. I think this little black darker spot above the Jose JG is one boat heading to the bridge to under the clearance. So I just took the footage, wanted to present it. I narrated it very well, and I included the observations. Now I'm gonna put the map in the video and throw the line to the bridge I'm looking at.
Can you click hide, Anthony, on that thing that says hide that's ruining everything. Thank you.
It's gonna be an extra minute now too.
Jose, how do you interpret this if you're on the ball side?
Is not sure yet because I have been days before where I'm not able to see the street or as much as the bridge as I see. So I could interpret this as a phenomena, as I never seen it before. So it's kind of a 1 in a 100.
Yeah, but was it a particularly clear day?
Sorry to interrupt. Hey, Unorthodox.
yes.
How you doing? No sound, Gringo.
Hello, hello.
Hello, good to have you.
Good to be here. Good to be here. Y'all don't bully Jose. Don't be too bad on Jose, all right? He's just thinking for himself, guys.
It was a really clear day. Water and air was the same temperature. It was 1 degree less on the water versus the air. And it was windy. It was close to dawn, you know. The sun was closer to be set. So look at that. That's the bridge I'm looking at. So there's a little bit of land before, and I cannot see, but still, you know, this is a long ways away that I'm
Jose, this
seeing.
is like nearly as far as I did my Blackpool Tower observation from Point Oak, where I could see virtually all of the tower. And you're doing this in the daytime, and I'm going to say, well, this is never going to be possible on a sphere.
How tall was the tower
that's
that
why
you
he
see?
believes it's a spare. You know, it makes sense, right? Right.
Well, 27 miles. I mean, I did it at 29.75 miles, I think it was, and it was something like 478 feet. So you're going to be about 400 feet, and that bridge isn't 400 feet tall. That bridge is like maybe what 80 feet off the surface. Not even 80.
Yeah, right now, just gonna be 30 seconds, and the details on the bridge is gonna be in screen in less than a minute.
Yeah, the clearance of the bridges normally are usually a particular minimum.
There you go, 180 foot clear. It's one of the tallest, the biggest bridge. And I'm gonna click for a little more information on the wiki page on that one.
Yeah, but what's the height above water though? That's what there we go.
Yeah, right now you're gonna see it right now here. Yeah, I try including all those little details. I don't want to leave anything behind. If you want to pause it, once I scroll down just a tiny bit more, hold on.
There we go. Total height. There we go. 133 meters is the pylon. Clearance above. There you go. Clearance above 262 feet.
There you go.
Just go back to that. Clearance above. Clearance below 178 feet. So the platform at its highest point sits 178 feet above the water. It's going to be 300 feet above the curvature of the Earth. This is why I said to you, you need to do a bit more research on, do a bit more, because you'll go at times when it supports ball. There's times when it supports flat, and you'll be in the honest position, which is I'm not sure what the default position actually is, because it could be either. But more often than not, I find that it's flat.
But this is what's different about me. I'm not gonna cherry pick anymore. I'm not gonna hide any more footage. I love to present it all, like this little piece of nugget, which is a really good observation. I never seen it that clear before. That's what I'm planning on doing moving forward.
I don't think it's cherry picking. I think what you're doing is trying to figure out which is the one that you see the most often. And I've only ever seen evidence of so-called curvature once, and it was a very cold, very dry day. But now, if you go back and focus, is that somewhere near your house?
It's about 45 minutes to an hour drive.
Shit, is it on you? It's not on your way to work, no?
No, not at all.
That's a pain in the ass.
Especially if you have to drive the Cadillac out there.
Yeah, I'm thinking my wife will get off work in like 3 hours, and I'm gonna try to persuade her to give me a ride over there to see if I can take a little bit more footage today, to try to catch the same thing, to see how it looks today. Pretty clear day, not too cloudy.
I think by going full baller, Jose was just hoping for clicks. Going from flat Earth to not knowing isn't going to yield any results like that. So.
No, you know what? I like this approach.
You know
I knew I was gonna lose. I was gonna lose.
This is not an approach
because I'm not promoting my channel. I don't promoting clicks and likes. I'm not.
What are you talking about? I've seen you literally on every channel since you started this nonsense.
And did I put in anything? Did I? Okay.
It
Did I put
hasn't
in
brought you
any?
any success,
Okay.
obviously,
When you're done, let me
because
know.
everybody knows that you're just talking nonsense. So you're not
Get a
going to get any
room.
clicks, but that seems like what you're doing.
Okay. Did you hear me mention or typing in chat? Subscribe to my channel. Yes.
I've heard you say plenty.
Not that. Thank you. I thought so.
Yeah, up next, Jose brings up his curvy train tracks as proof of ball Earth.
Yeah.
Is
All my
Man, you
colleagues
guys are being
in the
brutal
chat.
to Jose. Why y'all being so brutal?
Well,
Yeah, and that's the difference, Unorthodox. You come in here and you talk about nonsense too, but I don't hold it against you.
It's called
You have a
honesty.
belief, and that's fine. You know, and it's just Jose specifically. He seems to be trolling, and that's the difference. Zinder's
That's what a
the
lot of us
same way.
ballers think about you
Zinder
guys. We think you're trolling.
Zinder, that's fine, but I've never gone the other direction, and especially not in this drastic way. Zinder does the same exact thing, and I still like Zinder. I don't have a problem with him. It's just
Where's Nathan, by the
Jose and the
way?
way he's doing it. He's clearly trolling.
Where's
What do you mean the
Nathan?
way he's doing it?
A gossip show or what?
Right, hang on. Is Nathan still here, or have we somehow ended up being disconnected?
Yeah,
I don't see
I'm just
Nathan
fiddling
here.
with the screen. Don't worry about me. I'm listening.
Oh, it's still going.
Well, to be honest, my position is Jose should be neutral. He should be genuinely, and he should state himself to be neutral. He shouldn't be cozying up to the ballers if he's rejecting flat Earth, because that makes you then become the enemy if you are actually going to bat for their team. Now, I don't care if you do bat for their team or not, but if you're going to bat for their team, but then pretend that you're not going to be a victim if you present evidence, well, that's a bit disingenuous, because if you present evidence as the opposing team, you're going to expect to be treated as the opposing team. I would say be more neutral, Jose, because if you cozy up to them, it looks like you are deliberately fighting against us intentionally.
And then,
Neutral,
you
like
brought
this
on your
video.
tape today.
If you listen to the narration on this video I put, you tell me if I'm pushing any kind of narrative or trying to persuade people to either way. You just tell me, because that's going to be my approach now.
Yeah, but now you're on their team, and you just you're basically running in the opposite direction on their team. So they're not going to be happy with that. You can't win on this situation.
Oh,
And
it's on me.
not.
I
That's
know.
not
I'm
what it
taking
is,
this
vegan.
route.
It's not about him being on the opposite team. He's going total Dawn Treader on us. It's literally that retarded.
Thank you, Flatner.
What do you mean going Dawn Treader? I'm not even familiar with the reference.
Neither do I.
Well, he just accepts things when he brings up truths. He's just I just trust R. It's the same exact thing.
Full on Dawn
And
Treader.
you're offended for it, okay? Yeah, you
I
take
thought you
this
said
too
Zinder was doing
emotional.
the same thing.
Some of you take this like really in an emotional way, in a personal way, and now because I don't subscribe to what you subscribe, all the ideas, and I go yes. Now I'm the bad person, right? It's my thought, it's my mentality. It's not the person, it's the content, bro.
Yeah, but
R is not your thought. R is given to you.
Hang on, to be fair, Jose, I have seen you just using words like cult, brainwashed. That's not being...
Oh, that's the way I think. I'm entitled to my opinion, bro.
Yeah, I
He's
think
doing what you guys
I think
think
the
about a lot.
second head on your icon
No.
took you over, Jose.
Hang on, so if that's what you think, does that mean that you actually think that you were brainwashed?
No, I mean, I brainwashed myself.
Really?
Yeah. I
So
was
what
taking it
part
all
of-
in and accepting it all.
What part of asking for evidence to support? Hang on. What part of asking for evidence to support the position that we believe or that we're told? What part of that is brainwashing?
I decided to, besides that, I was doing my own research and looking for proof and evidence of a flat Earth. You know what? I wanted to take a little look at this flat Earth, how it looks. What is it sitting on a turtle, on a sand, on water? Is it floating? How does it look? I can picture the globe. Okay, it's a cartoon, it's a CGI, it's a composite, but I can picture it in my mind. I could picture it for 40 years. Now, in 2.5 years, I cannot picture this flat Earth. It's too many different positions, and there's no position. I don't want to have a no position, and I don't want to have different alternatives. I want to know,
Yeah, that's genius. So yeah, so we don't know for sure what the truth is. So you just pick the known lie.
Yeah, that's
Very
kind of
brave of you. Very brave.
yeah. Basically, got
Thank
to
you.
choose sides, even if you're not sure. Just pick one
The
side or
only
the other, right, Jose?
the one thing that I would like to say, Jose, is again, I don't think that we would have a problem with you having your own thoughts and thinking independently, but when you use words, that's what we have to go on. So I think that you need to maybe be selective in terms of the words that you choose and the way that you communicate, because I think that is where we are.
Not selective. I think
go ahead.
the word neutral is the word that he needs to use there, Travis. Neutral, not selective, because selective sounds like it's
No, I mean he needs to he needs to select his vocabulary wisely, because when a person says XYZ and we interpret that and he says, "Oh, well, no, I'm just expressing myself." Then I would say, then you better figure out how to express yourself, because that's what I'm hearing and that's what we're hearing. So
Okay, you
that's
want to
what
hear
I
my
mean.
take on it? So when I am in the chats and when I try to express myself, I get yelled at in the chat. I get called zealot. I get called I sold out. I get called a scammer. I get called this and that. I cannot defend myself, and I can say like, dudes, you guys are freaking exaggerating. That's a freaking cult mentality. Because I decide to choose another route, you start attacking me like this without any proof, because you guys don't know where I'm coming from, what
Wow.
I'm made of, you know? So
What
you call
world
me
did you
names,
live
I
in?
call you names. And it's not to everybody. Those who attack me, who tell me things, I'm going to tell back because I got a voice, you know?
Do you have any memory of the time before you decided to become a baller? Because you might recall, if you think carefully, that the ballers do that shit and way beyond to us constantly. So it's very odd for you to now complain about how flat earthers are getting emotional and taking it personal. So odd. Like, where's that come from?
You
Out of
you you
nowhere.
say the key word, you say us, and I am me. I am my own persona, bro.
Well,
If they
you
did
are
that to you, it's on you, you know?
you are talking you guys, flat earthers. Okay, so you're the one that's actually doing that. Don't
When I say
shove
you
that in my
guys,
shoes.
those in chat and those listening, you know who you are. It's not you guys like these ones in the panel, not necessarily. Those who are uh, uh, created this bullshit on themselves.
Yeah, it's like
It's like
it's like
yesterday.
seeing
I wanted to
a
see.
guy
I wanted to.
lobotomize himself openly out in
It's
the
like
open.
yesterday. I wanted
Very
to.
It
creepy.
I think
literally
it
is
was
like
Very
that.
yesterday.
creepy to see.
It
I think it was
literally is
yesterday.
that.
Ranty had a
Yes.
show going on, and I wanted
Just a total
to
troll.
just type in the chat. So what am I gonna do if I cannot type in the chat and I get banned and I get insulted by everybody in the chat, calling me names and telling me scammer, and I cannot defend myself because I cannot type because I'm blocked. What can I do in that subject if I'm not accepted to have an opinion? I unsub and I don't look
Hey, Zinder,
anymore.
what's up,
So
man?
Hey,
Ranty was doing
Zinder.
something.
Sorry,
How are
Ranty
you
was
bear
doing?
with
doing
me.
Been a
something
long
really
Hold
time,
good.
on,
buddy.
guys. Hello.
I'm almost done.
Hold on 1 second. Hey, Zinder. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you all.
Good
Go
to have
on,
you.
please.
So
What's up,
Good to
Ranty
have
was
brother?
you.
doing something really good, presenting good evidence, good explanations on the flat Earth. I want to continue looking at these explanations and grasp it in my mind and absorb it all and learn it and see if something is gonna, if I'm gonna have a breath and just whatever, you know. But what do I get? I get silence in chat. If I cannot have a voice, I cannot be part of it, you know. That's the thing.
Well,
So that was
maybe if
wrong.
you got something to say, people shut up and let you talk.
I had something to say and I was being respectful, but what do I get? I get banned. Boom.
What? What? What are you talking about? All you've done so far is just whine about how flat earthers are being mean to me for not respecting my belief. What are you doing? You turn
Okay,
into
go
a
ahead.
social justice warrior whiner. Okay?
I'm a
Why don't you
special
actually go
guy,
do
Arwin.
something? Start
I'm a
thinking again.
special
Start
man,
using
Erwin.
that brain again.
Oh,
Okay?
I am, believe me.
No, you're not. You're just complaining all day.
And I'm so glad this is on the record and it's being heard, you know, because this is the interaction.
Yeah, it's so
Beautiful.
important. It needs to be on record. You have to establish the victimhood. It's so important.
Yeah, guys, I don't think this is going anywhere. Just FYI, I've got some pretty solid evidence here. If y'all want to have a flat Earth debate sometime, this is your first show back. And I'd just like to say that I really don't think it's cool people shutting you down. I hate the culture where if you don't agree with somebody, you rob them of their livelihood or you shut them out completely. I really don't like that kind of mindset.
Yeah, like what George Nathan did. Remember? He literally did. Yeah.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm specifically talking about Nathan's show.
Brian Mullen and George Nathan. Remember that? Remember?
No. What are you talking about? No. Is it in the flat Earth community, or are you talking about a larger story?
It was on the flat Earth debate. Yeah,
I haven't watched the show in months, man. It's been a couple months.
Anyone? Riley, Nathan? Would you like to remind him?
What he's trying to detail to unorthodox is another example of a flat earther suffering the wrath of George Netanyahu, in the regards that George took umbrage with Brian Mullen classing himself as an engineer, I believe, or something along those lines, and therefore he went out of his way to contact his employer and things of that nature. In other words, shut down Brian Mullen. Pardon?
Yeah.
That is such bullshit.
Please, George, not in a cold Walmart because I don't work at Walmart.
Sorry, you saying
I wouldn't do that to my worst enemy. Like I just wouldn't. That's just not up for debate for me. Like that's just not something you do.
Well, it's something he did do.
Yeah, that's fucked up. Or it's messed up, excuse me. Really messed up.
No, it is fucked up. You are right in your language use.
Yeah, I mean, seriously. There's a real famous story about a woman who went to Africa, and right before she went on the plane, she made a AIDS joke about something like she was white. Good thing she's not going to get AIDS. And then when she landed in Africa, she had lost her job. She had lost pretty much everything she had because from the time that she took off till she landed in Africa, she didn't have service. And then when she landed in Africa, she found out that they'd contacted her employer. They'd contacted like her landlord, like all this crazy stuff. And her life was just turned upside down. Yeah, I really hate that mindset. I really do. So I don't agree with your channels being shut down.
But the difference is Jose is just being a troll and he's just saying pure nonsense.
No, I don't think so. I think he's literally made himself mentally handicapped. Sorry, I can't say it any other way.
Yeah, so unlike Zinder and Unorthodox, you've never been banned.
Doing this because he's trolling us or he's trying to betray us. It's literally, it's just, he no longer gets it. And I don't know why. It is like a curse. You got these things. You could feed them back. All these explanations, the reasoning. You did it. You did it on the show. It's still on record. We could still go and listen to it back that you did indeed get these things. And you could tell them back.
Nathan.
And now you don't get them anymore. It's very sad.
Nathan, Bob the science guy claims to want a link. He says, the link in the description box doesn't work. Are you updating it?
I don't think so. I got one through email.
Nathan is wiping his tears. It was funny, the Darwin interaction. Hold on.
I don't think he's wiping his tears.
He was laughing out loud big time.
I'll tell you right now, I've got something that would be pretty interesting for you guys to look at if you want to really have a flat Earth debate. Oh. I made a video recently looking at flat Earth maps versus the globe, and I kind of want to get your guys' take on it. I mean, this is the flat Earth debate, the comeback of it. We got to have a little bit of an argument here, right?
Yeah, and if we have time later, Anthony, I told you, I think the day, like yesterday or the day before, I would make the observation with the laser again.
Oh yeah.
If you want, I can show it to you. It didn't go so well because, you know, smartphone cameras are really, really bad with light. My smartphone camera doesn't record light so well. So you will see later if you want to look at the video.
That's what I wanted to ask Jose. Jose, you know when you did your supermarket thing, have you got a laser? Have you got one of those little handheld laser things that you could be able to test and make sure that there's a continuous line from one side to the other?
This morning when I got off work, I bought me $1 one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to reach it because it was a lot of customers in the store. I got off late. So the next time that I get off really early before customers are in, I'm going to try to shoot it and see how straight that is.
Just try and get it in the same area so it matches the image that you took when you did the recording.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Hey, Alan. Sorry, Anthony. Bear with me. Hey, Alan.
Hi, Nathan. You have a good holiday?
I didn't have a holiday. Good to have you.
Nice break. Hello?
I'm assuming that Nathan must be busy.
Yeah, he's doing fine.
I don't know what he's doing though.
Thank you, Owen. Hey, Flip Flop.
Which one?
Yo.
My main man from Texas.
Jose's the left flip flop and Zinder's the right flip flop.
Zinder's flip flopped? Zinder's flip flop. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Interesting.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like sound limit the interview at the end, so I thought I will close it out with that, but I don't know, something keeps pulling me back.
There's some kind of rule then, one in and one out.
I know about it.
Yeah, right.
I went back for like 4 times course of my life.
But I think at the end...
it's very alluring, especially when the pressure gets high and you don't know what to do.
Hang on, Owen. Owen, if you've gone back 4 times, why are you giving Jose such a difficult time?
Because it's so painful to watch. Just as it was painful to watch to those that tried to explain it to me when I was young.
I don't see it painful to watch, Darwin.
And now why they say, oh, I'm sick and tired of listening to Jose everywhere and talking and chatting. This is what I've been doing for 2 years now because I think different. You're sick and tired of hearing me, right? That's why.
No, it's just because you went full
I've been
retard.
participating the
you
same.
went full lobotomy. That's the difference. And Zinder, I don't mind if you flip-flop so-called. I don't think you're flip-flopping. I think you're trying to find the truth. You ask good questions. You do your research, and I think you're awesome.
Yeah.
You know, I have no problem with you, Zinder. I have from the beginning, and I still do.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But what I wanted to say before is Anthony is my drug dealer. He keeps selling me the flat earth, and I keep buying it. And
yeah,
when I almost got away, he uploaded a video about me. Like it was like a 50% off for LSD, I don't know, whatever. And then I had to take the offer, and I'm back here again. So,
yeah, you're awesome, man.
It's more like nicotine. Look,
yeah, you're right.
It's like nicotine.
Awesome.
Yeah,
it started out pretty disgusting, you know, but yeah, it's kind of interesting. And then eventually, yeah, you get real big focus from it, and you start to get addicted, and then you can't let go anymore. So yeah, flat Earth is kind of like smoking.
Yeah,
starts out really disgusting, then gives these amazing benefits, and it's very hard to get rid of one way or the other.
Yeah, that's a way better analogy, Arwin. Way better analogy than all the drugs. Perfect.
Zinder, and then you die of cancer.
No, that's the thing. That's actually the chemical shit that they put in there. It's the misconceptions and the lies and the demons that haunt us. Yeah,
you gotta keep taking pure nicotine. Don't take all the other shit they put in. Just
don't take pure nicotine.
It's gonna. Yeah, I know.
No, well, but take just the purer tobaccos, organic type red tobaccos that haven't been sauced, that have no ammonia shit in them and all that crap. Because modern cigarettes all have that crap. It's terrible. It's not the tobacco; it's the crap they add to it that gives people cancer.
Like those produced by the Native Americans, for example.
Yeah,
that's perfect. Yeah.
The best thing is to get your own leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Just breed them yourself if you can, and dry them, and use that. It's more work, but it's gonna be pure, and it's gonna have a lot of benefits, and not so many detriments.
Interesting.
Same goes for cannabis, by the way. You know, you can get cannabis that's really rammed out of the ground with artificial shit and everything, and it's really strong, gives you a giant blow to the head, but it's not going to be very healthy. But if you breed it yourself and you're very careful and you love the plants and everything, it's going to be great, and it's going to be healthy. It's all about the treatment.
Stopped smoking a long time ago, but go on. Let's not talk about drugs anymore.
Anyways, Zinder, I appreciate that you're looking for the truth, and whenever a question is asked, you go and actually do your research on like Jose, who's actually just being a retard. Thank you.
Let's not bash on Jose, please. I think Jose also he did
I can't help
way more.
He's just that retarded. I can't help it.
But he did way more than I did.
Yeah, partner. I think the same about you when you say things like, maybe we're here all from the start. And I'm like, what a moron.
Yeah, well, that's because you're under quantum eraser. You know, condom replacer's got a hold, pastor eraser's got a hold of
I'm
you.
really not.
That's your
I'm really
problem.
not. I'm really
You
not,
can
mate.
say not, but everything you say contradicts that.
Flattener, you acting like a cold member. Thank you.
Yeah, but hang on. Most people call quantum eraser a fundy Christian, right? I am zero religion whatsoever. So I don't know how you compare me to John. Just
Yeah,
because
but you
I'm
still back things he
method.
says, even though it doesn't make sense.
For example?
For example, using the laws of thermodynamics to prove creation. You've agreed that things cannot be created nor destroyed, right? But you still back him in the sense that he's proved creation, even though it falls apart, and you agree with the first law of thermodynamics. You can't explain that, and now you're acting like you
have a
can.
meeting of minds here.
What?
I'm not sure we have a meeting of minds. I'm not sure where you're getting this reference from.
Well,
What
I mean, like there can't be energy can't be created, energy can't be destroyed, right? There is a finite amount of energy which doesn't come from nowhere, right? So is it like partly this what you wanted to say about thermodynamics?
I'm not sure what he's getting at.
Well,
that
quantum eraser is using the laws of thermodynamics to prove creation, even though the laws of thermodynamics fall apart once you actually start looking into it. But still, you accept that as some sort of proof because quantum eraser has said it.
Thermodynamics can fall apart when you start looking into it, given that it's considered to be a law.
Because the first law of thermodynamics states that matter cannot be created, energy cannot be created nor destroyed. But you're saying that there's a beginning. So it would have had to have been created at some point. But if you can't create it nor destroy it, how are you creating it?
Well, you said that there has to be a beginning where there was nothing.
Been joined by John. How you doing, John?
Yeah, I just woke up in the morning, and this morning and people were jumping all over me.
Take this guy on, John.
What's going on?
Just really quick, so there might have been, since the beginning, there might have been like a finite amount of energy, and then the creator turned the energy into what we live on today. Like that wouldn't violate the first and second law of thermodynamics in certain way. I mean, that would still be strange, but it wouldn't violate it.
At the same time, there's energy is never really lost. Have you considered that?
Yeah, I mean, an energy can't be destroyed. I know it
just transforms into something else. So to say a finite amount of energy, it's all relative in that sense. It's not gonna run out. The battery is not gonna run out.
Oh,
that would make sense.
Oh, sorry, I meant a specific amount of energy. I meant not I think
total.
Finite. Yeah, total amount of energy.
A total summary. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. Sorry, finite I think is the wrong word.
Well, what's the claim? What are you talking about? Hello?
The question is, what are you actually claiming?
Earth flattener.
As far as what?
Well, he said the first rule of thermodynamics falls apart when you start considering creation, right?
Right. Energy cannot be created nor destroyed, is what it says.
That's a natural law.
So therefore you can't have creation, right?
Those are natural laws. The laws of thermodynamics are natural laws. It holds no sway over a creator. Let's say a video game maker, right? Let's say he makes a video game and he creates the laws inside the game, right? Is he subject to those laws or is he outside the game? Your two ontological primitives, your only two choices as to how we are here is either nature or an intelligent designer or creator. What's so hard to understand about that?
Well, the third option is that everything has always been here.
One at a time, please. Arwin or Earth Flattener, one or the other.
Sorry.
You can't always have been here because that's a second law of thermodynamics violation.
Just as far as we know it, it doesn't mean that that stands. Just because your reality
just as far
is
as we know
determined
it,
by these laws doesn't mean there's another reason.
Have you got an example of the second law being broken?
Well, you cannot bring things back down from a higher state of disorder, right? Things go into a disorder and you can't bring them back. You can't, having the same conversation again, you can't make a block of wood again after you've burned it, right?
Yeah, that's my argument.
But right, exactly. But if you take water and you introduce the sun, then it evaporates into a cloud. Thus, it's in a higher state of disorder. But eventually that cloud will come back down as water. So it does come back down from this disorder. It is not your argument.
That's still my argument.
That's my argument because
no, it's not.
I brought something back. You can say nah all you want.
I'm not saying nah. That's
you are clearly saying nah because a cloud is in a higher state of disorder than water.
You don't have an argument.
A cloud is in a higher state of disorder than water, but it will come back and become water again.
How is it in a higher state? What are the levels of disorder? What is disorder versus order? Is there a gradient in the disorder? This is new.
This is nonsense. He doesn't have an argument. Have you got any?
How is that not? How is a cloud being in a higher state of disorder coming back down and becoming water again? How is that not a lesser disorder?
Your Elmer Fudd sophistry. You don't even know what entropy is.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
You have an example. Shut your
Yes.
pie hole for a second. Do you have an example of the second
You
law
shut your
being
pie
broken?
hole and you understand what I'm saying because you're not responding to what I'm saying. As far as the cloud being in a higher state of disorder and coming back into being water, you're not answering his question. We don't need your help, Arwen. We don't need your help.
Can I think you do. Can I just jump in real quick because John asked you a question and then you went into asking him or bringing up clouds, but he asked you a direct question that you avoided. I feel. So maybe John can ask you his question again, and then instead of going off onto your cloud example, just answer his question.
Okay. Can you please? Laughing isn't a position, right? Ignorance is
you
bliss,
clearly,
son.
all you do is laugh. All you do is laugh and call people crayon munchers. That's all you do.
Are you a crayon muncher?
Come on, let's just hear the question again.
No, you started it.
Arwen, come on, let's just hear the question. We've only got a few minutes left live, so let's just hear the question again and see if we can get a response from Earthflatter.
Sure. Can you show me one example of the second law of thermodynamics being violated or broken?
Water becoming a cloud, thus in a higher state of disorder, and then coming back down and becoming water again, thus in a lesser state of entropy.
That's inane.
So why is it inane? Inane?
Why is it inane? It's not even on subject. That's not a second law of thermodynamics violation.
Why is it not?
Do you even know what the second law of thermodynamics is?
Yes, things go from hot to cold, which would be one of them, right? And I don't have a problem with that part of it. My problem with it is that things go into a higher state of disorder and they cannot be brought back from that. But water is doing that.
So heat flows from hot to cold always. Higher energy to lower energy concentration always. Higher pressure to lower pressure always. Show one example of the opposite of one of those three.
Well, he may not get an opportunity to do so because I'm going to round out for the live audience. So if you are watching this on the Nathan Oakley 1980 channel, the show will continue in a few moments into the after show. However, I'll say first and foremost a massive, enormous, huge thank you to all of the live audience for tuning in and hopefully sharing this debate. And of course, a massive thank you to all of the debating panel for making this debate possible. If you've not done so already, be sure to like, comment, share and subscribe. I've been Nathan Oakley and I'll see you all in the next video.
Oh, what a day! What a lovely day!